When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's coverage of the second season of the NASCAR Class C Maconi Setup Shop Pick Series. This evening, we're excited to be bringing you top split action for the weekly Strength of Field race from iRacing's virtual Martinsville Speedway in Ridgeway, Virginia. Maconi Entertainment is here to bring you all the action for all types of racing for the weekly Fast Friday series. No matter what you're racing, we can bring the action to life. My name's Justin Prince. Joining me in the booth once more is part-time ARC Menard Series driver Brayton Lester with Bradley Cooper Bruising, with using cameras provided by Dougie Beard. And this gets to the more unpredictable part of the schedule, Brayton. Homestead Miami putting on some exciting racing last time. But now, if you really want to win the championship, you better be ready to race at a lot of short tracks and super speedways.
Yeah, it's a wide variety of different tracks we're going to for these final 6 races. We got the paper clip here at Martinsville. A lot of cars and trucks can get torn up, and then iRacing Super Speedway in just 2 weeks. So you really got to maximize your points gain here. You can't really afford to lose any points and get in a wreck if you're one of those drivers trying to chase the championship here tonight.
Lots of pressure in turn 4 tonight, especially since the points battles already come in very tight entering this evening. Jacob Steiner and Dean Brummett, in fact, are tied in points entering tonight's S.O.F, with Sean Hall just a point behind. Cut-along Ross Phillips amongst the top 5. Also of note, Joey Misevich creeping into the top 10. He has finished the top 5 in this time slot the past few weeks since a win earlier this season. Keep an eye on how things play out tonight. Only about a 200-point spread amongst the top 15 this evening. But as we get ready to go racing here at Martinsville Speedway, the drivers have already made their way to the starting grid. We'll take a glance at that for tonight. Look to see how 21 make it 22 entries do things from the paperclip. As the drivers make their way to the racetrack right now, can tell you 12 drivers set qualifying times. Dean Brummett, the fastest of those, 19.4. Ryan Andrew alongside, then it's Nathan Lyons coming off a nod from the Mercy program for NASCAR. Then it's Tyler DiVienzo, the short track racer from Ontario, alongside Joey Misevich, and it's Jacob Snyder rounding out your top 6, Brayton.
Kyle Perry and Dylan Robinson going to make out round 4. Jeffrey Maconi and Kendall Carpenter 9th and 10th, and then part-time Xfinity Series driver Derek Cross in 11th, and Kyle McCoy, last truck to take a time here tonight, going to be rounding off 12th.
A big name is back in 13th. Parker Retzlaff spun in qualifying. He'll start there alongside Justin Patello. Then it's Lee Heron alongside Aaron Langley amongst those spots. Keep in mind, Heron missed most of qualifying. He should shuffle to back in turn once we get going. Scott Ricard, Josh Peterson amongst those to shuffle ahead on the grid. The rest of the drivers could hold hawk in Matty D. Clark, Cole Brennan, and Sean Rafferty, who all didn't set qualifying times for tonight's action here from the Paperclip. Speaking of the Paperclip, as they make their way around the racetrack for 2 pace laps, let's talk about the racetrack tonight, Brayson. After all, this is a track which can be seen as a war for drivers. In many cases, your quick thoughts on the circuit.
It's a very, very tight track here, only above a mile. The banking is only 12 degrees. It sounds like a lot, but for reference, Homestead last week was 20 degrees. So this is one of the tightest and smallest tracks we go to. Based out of Ridgeway, Virginia, known as the Pip for its tight corners. Only 588 feet wide or long turns, 800 feet long straightaways. And some of this track's known for it. You're going to see a lot of beef tonight, but the track shows about 50,000 hot dogs every race weekend. So you're going to see a lot of beef on and off the track tonight as we get ready to go green here.
How soon will we see beef is the question. 60 laps the distance here. This 0.53 mile circuit. We're glad to have you with us for tonight's coverage. Maconi Setup Shop C-Fix Series and S.O.F race. It's Dean Brumman in control with Ryan Andrew alongside. Green flag up in the air. We're underway from the Paperclip. Change for the lead already. Ryan Andrew uses the top side to make the pass for the point. Nathan Lyons now giving the bump and run for second.
Lyons trying to make a move stick, going clear the number 1 machine. As we're already reckoning in the back, that's going to take out quite a few trucks. We barely made 1 lap, but we did make a lap, and that's a lot further than I thought.
Already under yellow.
Yeah, that's going to be the number 17 of Aaron Lange there. Was running inside the top 15 or so, and just some contact coming out of turn 4. We talked about before we got going green here, very, very tight track. These corners can only go about 2 or 3 wide without making contact. You want to see the wreck here. Actually, the wreck happened in front of him.
Kyle McCoy. And one other note, several of your top drivers for tonight, including Retzlaff, Carpenter, and several more, spun during qualifying. McCoy this time showcasing what everyone struggled with on lap 1. Cold tires, loose car. In truck.
So Jeffrey Maconi didn't have a great turn 2 there, suffered from the cold tires and got a little bit loose and kind of forced everyone to stack up behind him. Kyle McCoy tried to take advantage of that and go 3 wide on the outside, and kind of got up there where you don't have a lot of heat in your tires and there's not a whole lot of grip down there on the bottom of the racetrack. So I think it's unfortunate racing there. I don't think anyone's gonna be too damaged from that. Everyone should be able to continue, but Cody Polk and guys like that, unfortunately, going to be a little upset wrecking this early on.
Several elected come down to pit, including Carpenter, Lee Heron, Rafferty, McCoy, Scott Ricard, and Josh Patterson. But track position expect to be critical when it comes to a race like this tonight. And it's not easier said than done, because when it comes to how quick of the race this is, you better find a way to find it quickly here. What is your best way to get it outside, pit strategy?
Trying to survive is the biggest thing here. Don't come down pit road.
Hold on. Derek Krause apparently doesn't know how to turn on the motor for his truck, Braden. He has stopped in the front stretch, and he's asked the field how to turn on the motor.
Well, normally there's a big red ignition button or switch. Unfortunately, this isn't the real world for Derek Krause, so he should be able to hit I on his keyboard, assuming he has that correctly binded. But this might be race ending for Derek Krause. Even if he's able to tow and presumably get his truck fired back up, he's still going to lose quite a few laps, at least 4 or 5, considering it's a 2-minute tow and how quick these pace laps go.
It looks like Derek, after a full lap, has figured it out. So with that being a way to lose track position, how do you gain it?
Survive, like I was just talking about, survival of the fittest at a track like this. You're going to have a lot of wrecks, a lot of bumping and runs. We went to Bristol a couple of weeks ago, and we had a whopping 10 cautions. Over half the race was ran under caution. So they don't really have time to get things figured out, as hopefully drivers figure out as they get ready to go green one more time here.
Let's try this again. Andrew this time is on the inside, Brumman on the outside, and we have a delayed green because several drivers did not get sorted for the restart. That's all with Derek Krause having to stop on the front stretch. The sim apparently has given Derek Krause several of his spots back. And here's the problem. He's starting on the top. That's not going to make it easy because he's already scrubbed the wall 3 times trying to get along to the front.
Going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. I'm not really sure, how you don't know how to bind your start button there for Derek Kraus, or how you even turn his truck off in the first place. But pace car is off one more time. Let's see what happens as we get ready to go.
Let's try this again. Starting lap 8. It's already been one to remember. To the restart zone, green flag is out, back underway. Great launch on the inside. Nathan Lyons with a push. Big slide to the back. No caution though as Cole Brennan nearly spun it.
Lyons with a bump and run move already. Try and make a move on the inside of Andrew. Not going to make it stick, as Derek Kraus just talked about getting involved in another wreck. I think that's McCoy one more time. Not McCoy.
That was Derek Kraus who looped it around on the bottom. And we're under caution again. Derek's having a very fun time this week.
Well, he did have all his pace left to get heat in his tires, which is the biggest problem there, Stalled it. I mean, did we have any help going around and going to see him here? Kind of not single file, but no contact really from anyone around him. Just lost it. Thankfully, no one else got too much damage out of that one. Just cars going far and wide. Maconi had a fantastic wreck avoidance there to not get into the spinning machine of Derek Kraus. Also, see them go around the outside there. For the most part, everyone making it through single file, inside, outside, making it work. As we're already 2 cautions in 10 laps. I think this is going to be a fantastic race. And you're asking the beef is going to be starting. You saw Nathan Lyons there on that restart. Did not hesitate one bit. The second he got to Ryan Andrews' back bumper, he gave him a little bump. He gave him a little bit run. And going into 3, I think Lyons actually would have had a position there. The way he got a good run off the corner and jacked Ryan Andrew up. Going to be, real tight to see if Lyons might, spin him out. I don't want to, start accusing people of things now, but obviously, spinning someone out at a track like this can be catastrophic for not only the whole field if you're up front like Lyons and Andrew are, but it might just be the preferred way to make up positions.
We touched upon this a little bit already when it comes to this. Just 14 years old, currently a driver that's part of the development class for the 2023 NASCAR Driver for Diversity program as part of the Legends Cars class. And you were talking about already back-to-back honors at a very young age, and already one of iRacing's short track drivers to watch because of how, not just the age, but also the fact he's also one of its top Legends drivers in official competition.
Yeah, you see him all the time running short track C-Class street stocks here on the iRacing platform, and then he's ran, locally in real life on tracks just like Martinsville. Maybe not quite this big, but he's run a lot of the Legends short ovals, which are, quarter mile, fifth mile, third mile. But he has a ton of that short track racing experience, that bump and run style racing, tons of roll-off experience, and tons of experience here on the sim. So we might see some of that come out tonight, as we have already a little bit for Nathan Lyons.
He's now up to race high second. Brummett already being shuffled to third after being the pole sitter. Of note, Scott Ricard already getting some repairs done. Several more still having to come down, like Josh Patterson, before we get back going for the green flag here. Already 48 to go.
Damage isn't really a big deal. Like, we went to Homestead last week, and if you had a little bit of damage there, it would be, catastrophic. You'd be 5-6 tenths slower lap. But track like Martinsville, not huge if you're missing, a front bumper almost, or your back rear end spoilers, lifted high in the air. So damage, not a huge deal. Obviously, you want to have the best truck you can. As we're going to try this one more time, hopefully the last time. But I'm not thinking the way it's been racing, I don't think this is going to be our last restart.
Try this again. Coming to lap 14, Andrew and Lyons on the front row. Brummett and Misevich, then DiVincenzo and Snyder. Restart zone on the front straightaway. Green flags out, back underway. No slideys out of the corner. Andrew clear for the lead. Lyons already looking for the bumper for the lead.
Brummett had a decent restart there. Had some trouble getting through the gears. He's going to try a slide in front of the number 64 of Joey Masterwoods here. Lyons began to the back bumper of Andrew. Try and make a little nudge. You're going to see him get a little squirrely coming off of turn 4. We're actually going to make it one green flag left. That's Ryan Andrews sitting into turn 1.
Already one driver up top. It's Snyder getting loose. Tied for the series points lead. Already getting shuffled back. Now it's Parker Retzlaff who's to his inside, and Kyle Perry gets sent. Perry and Elaine Lee. Derek Kraus involved. Carpenter and several more Dodges were under caution.
We talked about it a little bit in the pre-race. These drivers don't have a fast repair, so any damage you get is going to have to come down. You're going to have to take some time and get it fixed. No instant repairs for these drivers. So looking at the 51 machine Derek Kraus, if that front bumper is going to take some time to get fixed, it's not going to be huge. It's not going to be, a race ending like I was just talking about. A track at Homestead, not a big deal. As Kraus actually kind of the initiator for that one. Sending the number 20 machine, I believe that's Kyle Perry. And everyone else kind of sliding in, nowhere for anyone to go. But Kraus kind of started that and is going to end up with the most damage. Right on board. Maybe? Was that a 17?
Yeah, that was the 17. No, not the 17. That was the 17 paint scheme truck. But in turn, that stacks up several more. Carpenter did pick up some contact. The driver behind was actually Justin Botello with the same paint scheme as Kraus. Hence the confusion in session 2 right now.
Jabo, yeah, that was. I do apologize. That was not Kraus. That was Jabo sending Perry there, and then Derek Kraus, the unfortunate victim of that one, slid into Kyle Perry and got the front end damage. So.
Yeah. We'll take a quick moment. You're watching Maconi Entertainment from the Paperclip.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the Paperclip, where Ryan Andrew controls the field for the green. Tire spin for Nathan Lyons as Joey Misevich and Sarah Moore stack up top. Pandemonium yet again for the Paperclip as Misevich gets the worst of the checkup.
Dean Brumman going to take road advantage of Lyons, and we're going to make it barely 1,600 feet before Rack see number 19 machine back there.
Cole Pocken.
Cole Pocken. I think he was just involved in that previous incident too, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only reason he was back there, was he avoided that checkup going into turn 3, that last restart.
Already under caution yet again, so it's the 19 truck who causes this yellow. And Pocken's not had the best of luck this season because he's bounced around a couple different organizations, including now a blank truck for this type of a night, to say the very least. Loose truck yet again.
Yeah, he was involved in that wreck we just saw a couple minutes ago with Kraus and J-Bo and all those guys involved. Didn't have too much damage, but did come down pit road to get some of that damage fixed. The only reason he was really back there. And mentioning of that previous wreck, Kyle Perry did unfortunately have to park it for the night in the garage. Some with steering wheel and pedals, and then a fuel line in the carburetor. And the whole truck was just destroyed beyond repair. So unfortunately, Kyle Perry is going DNF and be our last place finisher after starting 7th tonight.
It's already coming up to 37 laps to go. It's been a caution-filled one so far. About half the field is pit. About half the field staying out so far. Dean Brummett of note got back to second with that restart. Parker Retzlaff is up 8. And why am I not surprised? Parker Retzlaff, one of the top short track racers on the service, obviously.
Matty Clark also up 8, started 19th, trying to sneak inside the top 10, currently running 11th. So Matty D. Clark also silently and quietly making his way into the top 10. He's been fairly clean. It's we've only torn up maybe 5 or 6 trucks, only one, that being Kyle Perry, beyond repair. Some of these guys have some torn up bumpers. Derek Crouch talked about earlier, missing that front bumper, but also, like I've brought up time and time again, damage here, not a huge deal at a side track like this. You can see the front bumper, actually, not even the front bumper, the whole doghouse pretty much in the front of the car. No right front quarter panel, the left front is caved in. So Derek Crouch's body department there, not going to have a fun week.
All set to get back underway. Still 35 laps to go in this one. Andrew, 24 laps led so far. He's led them all in turn with that good first start of the day. Green flag is out, back underway. No major tire spin this time. And here come the dives. Lions looking for second. 2 by 2, coupled back going for 3 wide. Not going to work for Kraus.
Lions going shuffle in front of Brummett and Retzlaff. Retzlaff now on the inside of Dean Brummett for second, or sorry, for third. Try and make it stick out of 4. Not quite clear. Still side by side going into 1. This is when you see that contact start to be happening. Retzlaff in a fairly clean ride all night. Brummett going to go to the high side, and Retzlaff is going solidly slide in that third spot as Lions
On the lead. Nathan Lyons licks the stem. He sends it for the race lead. Andrew shoved out of the way in the Maconi Esports truck. Parker Retzlaff opens the door for second. Here comes the APC United Late Model Series driver Tyler DiVienzo for third, drifting and saving it.
Retzlaff trying to make a move on Lions now for the lead. He kind of came out of nowhere, taking his time with Dean Brummett, and now has a position to take the lead as we're looking at almost halfway into this race. Actually getting some green flag laps, finally get some fender-to-fender, bumper-to-bumper racing. As the top 5 are pretty much single-filed on out. You don't have to go back there for that battle with Jacob Snyder. Dean Brummett has been stuck on the outside for about the last 3 laps and is fading fast.
Yeah, and there's no place for him to duck in right now unless he gets a break from somebody. Here's a look from the battle going on. Snyder on the inside. Brummett now under attack by Dylan Robinson, and not necessarily a break he got, but he got a near spin from that machine, that 16 truck.
Retzlaff is already putting the pressure on Nathan Lyons. Lyons hasn't made a mistake as they're already catching lap traffic. That's the 17 machine of Aaron Lang. You see only a couple truck lengths ahead, involved in a lot of wrecks tonight. Still on the lead lap, trying to stay on the lead lap as they're actually getting some green flag racing in, and Langley at threat of going a lap down as Retzlaff kind of calming it down.
Trouble! And there goes Dylan Robinson. And that was with door baiting off J-Bo through 3 and 4. We're back in our caution just past halfway.
J-Bo's not having a very good night, is he?
Yeah, it's been a night.
They're going to see those two, Robinson and J-Bo, side by side going into 3. J-Bo kind of coming down a little bit too early, Robinson going in a little bit too late. Just a racing incident, only a little door bang in there, but it doesn't take a whole lot for these trucks to really lose all that rear grip and send Robinson around into the wall. Not a whole lot of damage there for Robinson. I think he's going to be A-okay, but track position, and that's really going to hurt someone like Robinson that was running inside the top 15, I believe. I think it was inside the top 10 even. I think it was 7th at the time of that wreck, if I...
Yep. Now, we've had some different calls come in. 2 tire sets available in the pits tonight. And we haven't run too many green flag laps, so how do you try and factor that part of the strategy in, where we know rubber can be big here, but we haven't run too many green flag laps on the rubber?
And, we've already had 5 cautions in the first 34 laps for, we only ran, like you just mentioned, only 10, if that, green flag laps have been ran on these tires. And track position is everything. We only have 27 laps to go, way over halfway in this race. It becomes down now if you're running, 15th to 22nd, I should come down to throw some tires and to try something different. But inside the top 10, I wouldn't risk it trying to drive your way back. Parker Redstaff started 13th, and it's taken him over 30 laps to get in the position to take the lead. So I don't think you really want to come down and take tires if you're inside the top 10, top 15. If you're outside of there, I say you try something a little bit different, to gamble a little bit. Like to see guys like Paul can come down, Patterson, Rickard, Lang to get some damage, Jabo, McCoy, all these guys trying something a little bit different. And Joey Musovich there, winner at Bristol in week 1, led 25 laps, qualified 5th night, not really had the greatest luck, had to check up time and time again, lose a couple spots, trying something different. I think he'll be the first car in fresh tires, rolling off 14th on this restart.
Just past halfway point, now coming up to 25 laps to go. Lions and Red Slap on the front row. It's Andrew and DiBianzo, row 2. Snyder and Brummett, row 3. Then it's Matty Clark and Derek Krause without a front nose up in 8th. So, Chrome Horn and then some. Coming up here for the race start. Green flag's out. Good run on the inside. Red Slap clears Andrew. And here we go for the Sens. It's 3-4 wide behind. Derek Krause, Jeffrey Maconi shuffled up. Cole Britton amongst those picking up ground.
Maconi really fading back, now got loose up in that high side. Now going to be shuffled all the way back, about 15th, losing 6-7 spots there. Lions and Red Staff still single file for the lead. Andrew and Tyler DiVianzo side by side for 3rd. Try and make it stick on the outside. Tyler can't quite get there. Almost a little contact coming out of turn 2 there. Andrew holding, trying to stay inside of the top 3. Dean Brumma also trying to make up some lost ground as he's looking on the inside of Tyler DiVianzo for now 4th.
DiVianzo you're referring to, runner of the late model circuits down in Ontario. A little bit of a cut in front of Dean Brumma to get in the hole there. He is a short track racer by trade. He actually is one of those drivers who competes at Delaware Speedway against drivers such as the most recent announced late model driver for Carson Hocevar's team, Chase Pinsino, in that respective circuit in those same races. At the back, one truck way up in the wall, Josh Patterson, Maconi, all the way back to 16th.
Now in top 7 or 8 trucks every single 5, they're going to be spinning out in front of everyone, keeping it straight. Joey Musovich making a move around. That's number 1222 on your screen of Lee Heron. Got a little bit loose. Now going to send Joey. A little payback maybe. As that's going to really check everyone up behind them. And these two are not playing nice. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide almost going into turn 3. Another bump. This is going to spin Joey around. I don't think this is going in too well for anyone involved.
Caution flag is out. Lee Heron of Morgantown, North Carolina, brings out the caution with the bump and run and a bit of the payback.
There's definitely some payback. That started almost an entire lap previously. You see Lee Heron sending Joey there, but go back to previous lap, you're going to see Joey do almost the exact same thing to Heron. You're going to see it there, really upset that truck and checks everyone up. You're just watching that battle behind them for about 15th. And Heron not too happy. Going to go into turn 1 here, let Joey know how he feels. Give him a little bit bump, send Joey out of the groove. We're to get him screwed. That's going to allow everyone to slide on by through. Heron's still not done. Says I'm coming back for round 2. And then just finally finish Joey off and going to send him to the outside wall. Unfortunate for Joey. I don't think it's going to really end this race. A lot of the wrecks here, like we talked about, they're not race ending. Derek Krause missing the whole front end, still running inside the top 10. But unfortunate, we actually had some good green flag races. We almost have only 15 laps to go. And we had a good green flag run going there. We're going to end because someone got a little upset over a bump and run at a tight paperclip like Martinsville.
So, again, the incident involving Savage, one of the top drivers in the points, coming into tonight amongst the top half of the top 30, in fact. Lee Heron, a former pro driver back in 2013. The battle up front, though, Lions, Retzlaff, Andrew, Tyler DiBianzo look to be the favorites for this fight. But Lions looks comfortable. What does Retzlaff do here in this truck? The NASCAR Xfinity Series driver on the outside. What do you expect coming up here for the restart?
I had a pretty solid restart the last time. Let Lions kind of get the jump. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. And then kind of slid in right behind him. He didn't let DiVincenzo slide on his inside, as we've seen time and time again. We see that third place truck try to get inside the second place truck and make a move. Dean Brumm lost a lot of positions that way a couple restarts ago, so I think you're red left. You got to try to not only defend, you got guys like DiVincenzo and Ryan Andrew right behind you who are fast, have been fast all night. Andrew led a lot of laps early on, but you also have to be able to be on the offensive, be aggressive, and try and make a move on Lions.
So there's the let-it-go signal this time around. Snyder is back up to 6th, by the way. Brumm holding on to the top 5. Kraus is in the top 8 with Cole Britton in 8th. Keep in mind, Kraus is the first those who have pit. Everybody else who's had to pit so far, whether for tires or damage repair, is about 10th on back. So keep that in mind with some of the wheel spin potential possibilities here for this restart. Lions in control on the inside, Retzlaff on the outside. 15 laps to go. Up at the stripe, green flag is out. Retzlaff with some big tire spin. Uses it to get down to the bottom. DiVincenzo, door bangs with Andrew. Bit more colliding behind, but everyone holds on to it for now.
Retzlaff kind of exactly what I needed to do. He let Lions get out front. It wasn't intentional with some tire spin, but was able to slide down right behind him. As we're going to send it 4 wide.
DiVincenzo with the bump from Andrew. There they go off of turn 4. Caution flag waves. Rafferty and Brennan this time collected. And really, I think that sparked from that send and pass for third from DiVincenzo around Andrew on the outside with the door bang.
Yeah, that was everybody and their mother really fighting for the same real estate, nowhere for anyone to go. You see a check up there, and they're going to be almost staggered 4 wide. As there's no room for guys like Cole Britton, whatnot. Derek Kraus making it through for the most part, a little bit of damage. And then you have, I believe that's Sean Rafferty getting drove through. He kind of got in the left rear of Britton, starts to send them around, nothing can really do, and then 31, I'm sorry. Okay, my paint, I'm lost.
Well,
Matty Clark, there we go.
yeah. So, 2 hard hits to the inside wall. And that puts us in range for a restart with under 10 laps to go. And I think that pretty much makes it clear. Intensity levels, they're high. Expect drivers to lick the stamp and send it from here, it looks like.
I don't think they've ever been low. I think they've been high from lap 1. We saw their pole sitter, Dean Brumm, I don't think he's had a single lap tonight. Got kind of shuffled out early on. Nathan Lyons up front now leading, started 3rd. So it's going to be, real interesting to see if this goes caution fest. If you're like if you're someone like Retzlaff, you're running out of time. Only 10 scheduled. I say scheduled because we do have a green-white checkered. 10 scheduled laps to go. If you want to get in front of Lions, you got to do it only a lap or 2, if not sooner after that restart, because you really have no idea if you're even going to make it that far.
So we'll see what happens here once we get to that position here. For those curious, DiVincenzo got shuffled back to 7th after that bump back from Andrew. After trying to clear the 3. By the way, Derek Kraus is up to 5th with still no front nose.
I got your nose.
Thank you very much, Dad. But in all seriousness, on that one, he's doing a good job, even though he's been shuffled out of the way twice this run, or in the past couple restarts.
And we just talked about it a minute ago before that restart. He has a little bit fresher tires, about 16 fresher lap tires than everyone else in front of him. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but if there's any difference at all, it'll be the winning difference, I think, for Derek Kraus on track this tight like Martinsville. As we get ready to hopefully go green, coming to 9 to go. Hopefully this is the last green flag we see.
We'll see if that rings true. Our longest run, only a few laps. Lions again, the control truck. Green flag is out. Retzlaff tries to time it. Quick way back to the bottom as he slams the door for the battle for 2nd. Now the push, a shove. More trouble behind. Side by side with the leaders as Ricard gets crashed into. A Savage involved, and Lions is lucky because the bump and run was on from Retzlaff in 2.
I think if that went another 600 feet, even 400 feet halfway down this 800-foot straightaway, I think Retzlaff would have been our leader there. Just talked about it. You don't know how soon you're going to get that caution. And, you know, this field's starting to amp up, really get too aggressive, and we barely made it through a single corner that time before wrecking.
There was the bump. Caution is here. And that's where Ricard and company went around. Ricard was at the edge of the top 10, and he was trying to recover, and Lee Heron, what happened? Wow.
My dad always told me 8 tires is better than 4. But that's my front bumper and your back bumper are now one. Good luck, have fun.
Though, I have a lot of questions. Because I don't know if that was an early break, or if Heron wanted to go. Bump, break, what?
That was a bump, stick, and goodbye, have a great time. Joe had a pretty good move getting around there. Not quite the night Joe's wanting to have. Qualified inside the top five, currently running 16th. He won it, like we keep talking about, had a great race at Bristol. Led 25 laps there. It's not quite the short track night that Joe is looking for, especially when you have tracks, you know, like iRacing Super Speedway coming up or Dover that can be very unpredictable and, you know, wrecks can happen real fast. Not the night a lot of these guys are wanting.
So this restart coming with likely about 3, maybe 2 to go here in the race. So we're just outside the chance of a green-white checkered. If there's another caution from here, we're likely going to trigger that 1 GWC attempt. We already seen the intentions made clear. Last restart from Retzlaff. Looks like we're going to get a 4-lap shootout here, Brayton. This is about to get very busy and crazy again.
Honestly, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. I have my hot dog and popcorn in one hand, ready to roll here. Oh, they're going to make contact. Dean Brown with some heavy nose damage there on Nathan Lyons.
What are they doing?
The intensity has already ramped up, and we're not even back to green flag racing.
Lyons now has some damage. So does Brummett. Coming to the restart. 4 laps to go. Brummett trying to time a push. Lyons times it up on the restart. Retzlaff tries to keep it high side. They're fanning out 3-4 wide behind as Retzlaff tries to make it work on the high side. Can't for now.
They're going to be picking notes up there. Lyons disappeared for a second. They're down the back straightaway. Retzlaff kind of bumping, kind of nudging, trying to make a move, send Lyons a little bit high. They're going to make it 3 to go. Retzlaff on the inside of Lyons, almost driving through him, as now going to have the inside advantage coming through 1 and 2.
Now it's side by side for the lead. Retzlaff takes the point. How does Lyons respond? Some contact behind. Lyons tries to pinch. They drift. They spin. Retzlaff saves it. Here comes Brummett. 2 laps to go as Brummett goes to the inside. Hard crash behind his Carpenter and several more stack up. Ricard gets involved in this one. Joey Misevich is well in it.
I believe Retzlaff is going to be the leader by the timing loop by barely 1,000th of a second. Whole field kind of checked up for that one. I feel like that was almost an accordion effect. We saw the leaders get loose going to turn 1. You're going to see everyone stack up more and more with no one really giving any breaks. Ooh, a hard hit there. I believe that was Kendall Carpenter. It was Sean Rafferty. Everyone else is going to be wrecking down the straightaway. Kendall Carpenter not having a great night either. Been involved in 2 or 3 wrecks tonight. Same with Rafferty. And then Scott Ricard also quite a few incidents himself.
A lot more bumper parts being shed as a result of a lot of that contact there. So the short track racer of Carpenter from Georgia gets some significant contact. Of note, Joey Misevich having to come down because he's got the meatball flag. So he'll have about 3 laps to serve it here. He might try and see what happens here and finish this out, because that is an option, but there is the risk of a DQ on the last lap for Misevich as a result here.
So we are going to take advantage of that 1 green-white checkered. If we wreck before the white flag, that's it. That's the race. Doesn't matter who's in the lead. There's no more racing at that point. That winner will be deemed official. Now, if we make it to the white flag, it's all hands out the window. window nets down, climbing out, they're throwing hot dogs at one another, and they're sending your front bumper into the back bumper of the guy in front of you as hard as you can, try and make up a move. Gonna be interesting to see. Nathan Lyons got shuffled back all the way to 6 in that incident there with the Retzlaff. So we've seen him be aggressive almost all night. It's going to be interesting to see if he can make some aggressive moves, try to get back in the top 5, maybe even try to sneak a podium finish. We've seen Lyons be quick as Retzlaff made the move, made it stick, and then some bumper left going to the 3 for the lead. And now he's got Dean Brummett. I don't think he's had a lap all night. Started on pole, trying to lead some laps tonight. Won just a couple weeks ago at Vegas as pace car lights are out. Trying to make it 2 wins in the S.O.F race for the Maconi Setup Shop C-Fix series.
Can they make it to the white flag? Can they make it 2 laps? This half-mile mayhem has been filled with plenty of mayhem in this one. It's Retzlaff inside, it's Brummett outside, followed by Andrew and Snyder, Kraus alongside Lyons. Retzlaff's first lead of the race, can he hold on to it? Green flag is out, bumping from the second row. Brummett slides the tires. Retzlaff tries to run as Andrew looks for second.
Ryan Andrew going to try to solidify a second place run off of 2. Still on the inside of Brummett, going to take it going into 3 here. Parker Retzlaff taking a white flag. Hopefully they get there. He should, and he sure is. It's going to be all hands out, no regard for anyone else. As you see Ryan Andrew trying to take the lead from Parker Retzlaff through 1 and 2.
A bit of a slide from Andrew. Brummett looking for second. 3 wide in the battle for 4. DiVincenzo holding on bottom through 3 and 4. Retzlaff holds off the pack. Parker Retzlaff gets it done at the paperclip. Second spot at a drag race is Andrew.
They were 3 wide off the corner there for Lyons and DiVincenzo. Everyone reckoned a little bit of bumper love after the race. DiVincenzo, Lyons kind of taking advantage of one another, wrecking them. This is not ending pretty as we're seeing the finish. DiVincenzo is wrecking Lyons after the race here.
Why? Well, that's why. You see the contact, and Kraus joins in on the fun. And then, remember, this is a broadcast series, and this is an official series. So somebody at iRacing's protest department's about to have a fun evening.
His email box is already full. I'm sure Nim Cross is already getting text. Derek Kraus actually had a pretty solid run with no front bumper. Restarted their 4th, lost quite a few spots on the last lap. And I think that was the all hands out the window that we were talking about for that battle for 4th on back. And unfortunately, Derek Kraus, not the finish he wanted, ended up actually sliding across in the wall to finish 16th. As Retzlaff started 13th, spun all his qualifying laps, going to take home the checkered flag and kiss the clock here at Martinsville.
Gonna at least get a virtual grandfather clock indeed. So Mr. Crocker gets it done. He does it by 4/10 over Ryan Andrew. Let's take a look in turn at your official race results. Again, this series official, so those solidified at the time of checkered. Dean Brummett finishes 3rd, then it's Jacob Snyder in 4th, Nathan Lyons in 5th after the contact in 3 and 4 with DiVincenzo, Matty Clark 7th, J-Bo still looking to get to the 1,000 win club. Not tonight so far. He's in 8th tonight. Kyle McCoy after a spin early in 9th, and Cole Potkin recovers from being one of the early cautions to be a top 10 finisher, Braden.
Yeah, Dylan Robinson going to be 11th there. Kendall Carpenter too, 12th. Had a lot of wrecks tonight. Carpenter did. And I think 3-4 different incidents. Truck destroyed, not a body panel left on that. Good top 15 run there for Carpenter. Cole Britton, 13th. Scott Ricard, we talked about him quite a bit tonight for all the wrong reasons, 14th. Aaron Langley, same thing for him, 15th. Derek Kraus, not the night he won, ran top 10 with almost no bump in the entire night, ending in the wall, sparks flying in 16th. Lee Heron, also a lot of damage for him tonight in 17th. Jeffrey Maconi had such a strong qualifying run, looked so good early on, but a lot of bumper love to him. Unfortunately, relegates him back to 18th. Sean Rafferty, pretty much everyone back in the back 20, like Sean Rafferty and Josh Patterson. It's been the same book, different chapter, as everyone just pretty much gotten wrecked and they could never really recover.
Last 2 finishers, Joey Misavage, 3 laps down, so we did get the DQ as expected. And Kyle Perry, He DNF'd early. As a result of that crash we've seen in 3, he picked up an in-sim black flag, and that in turn also ended his day. That's what we talked about the running order here tonight. Let's take a quick step aside when we come back. We'll close things out for the paperclip. You're watching Maconi Entertainment from Virginia.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi's Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to post-race coverage for the Maconi Setup Shop C-Fix Series and its S.O.F race here on Maconi Entertainment. Just Bruce Braden Laster with you. Remember, Maconi Setup Shop is the official setup shop of eNASCAR. Subscriptions available as low as $8 a month, as well as the home for paint schemes, setups, coaching, broadcasting, event promotion, and more here on the service. Have time to speak with one of our drivers. Why don't we speak with the second place finisher tonight, Ryan Andrew? You led about a third of the race this evening. Ryan, how would you describe the craziness that was the battle for the lead, it seemed, where almost every pass for the lead used a bumper?
Yeah, it was just a game of trying not to put yourself in a spot where you're going to get wrecked by someone on the restart. And it got pretty crazy for the lead there late.
In turn, how difficult was it in terms of the mindset there? Because it can get a little feisty, obviously, with all that contact.
Yeah, it was just trying to keep the truck going straight and trying not to get any damage and keep in track position was the main part. And once I lost the lead there just wasn't enough green flag laps to get it back.
On the bright side, though, you did lead laps, 26 of them tonight. It's your 4th top 5 finish in the S.O.F slot in a row. How big in terms of that is that for you because of trying to rally forward in the point standings?
Yeah, it definitely helps out a lot after missing a couple weeks early on. Just trying to consistently finish well, make sure that I keep consistent, don't get in wrecks, and everything like that always helps.
Well, on that note, we'll let you get to the next one because you've got 7 minutes if you want to run another one. Good luck the rest of the week.
All right, thank you.
That's Ryan Andrew coming away second tonight. I'd like to thank him for taking time to speak with us. He was 15th in the points coming into tonight, and we talked about his momentum building up, trying to rally from deep in the points. Finishes like this could come into play for that later on in the season. In turn, though, you know where we go next? Phoenix, Brayton. And that is the end of the real world schedule and the matching up week to week before we go fantasy style the rest of the way.
that Phoenix is really going to let these guys give them a chance to get away from all the chaos, give them a little bit of breather tonight, let guys that really shine and not used to being moved out of the way, hopefully give them a chance to recover some points. The guys like Schneider, Brummett, John Hall, who wasn't here tonight, hopefully he can make up some lost ground throughout the week. But we go to iRacing Super Speedway and some other crazy tracks here at the end of the schedule. Going to be interesting to see who can really profit off of going to a calmer track such as Phoenix.
That's at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time on October the 30th. Be sure to tune in. On that note, though, we'd like to thank you for tuning in for tonight, as well as our race sponsor, Maconi Setup Shop, and our broadcast partner, Maconi Competition. Covering the action tonight was myself, Justin Prince, alongside Brandon Lester, and the booth with Bradley Cooper producing. Thanks once more to our viewers for watching tonight's racing action. Hope you stay tuned to our social media pages for our next race. Thanks as well to the entire staff for their work in bringing this series and this racing to you. This is the production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you next time.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.